Hey there, folks. I'm recording this one in the park at night, and the lighting is pretty bad because I'm kind of in the gazebo under like the fluorescent lights. But I wanted to kind of keep this whole vlog, stream of consciousness, vomiting out my thoughts thing going. Maybe I can shoot in a different location every time I do one of these videos. We'll see how that goes. Apologies for the bad lighting, but if maybe you want to just listen to this, maybe open up a new tab and do something else. So I just posted a video that was kind of posing a question that's pretty, somewhat of a serious, personal thing that's been on my mind lately. And I actually got some very thoughtful responses in the comments. So thank you for that. Thank you for responding and taking the time to watch and listen. Really appreciate it. One of the comments told me that I should try to stop being cringe, which I thought, yeah, that's a good piece of advice, actually. Maybe I have been a little bit cringe lately. I'm, as you can tell, completely new to this whole YouTube long form video thing, and I'm always meaning to make more videos like this because I am at such a unique pivot point in my life right now, and I really do want to document the journey so that in the future I can look back on this time and sort of have a documented memory of what was going on in my life, what was I thinking about in this time in my life, and God willing, I will be in a much better place years from now, and I can just laugh at my former self for being such a sad sack. So here's what I want to talk about today. I have been thinking about all of the things in my life that I have said no to in recent years, and all the ways that my identity is formed around the negation of things. So being no longer a Christian, being someone who does not eat meat, being someone who is not a homeowner, someone who does not live in a house or an apartment, someone who says no to owning most things, and being someone who is no longer married, no longer in a romantic relationship. So all these things are very emotionally significant and kind of a huge part of my identity and where I'm at in my life right now. Something I've been reflecting on is the fact that I don't want all of me, all of what I'm about, to be about these negative things. I've always considered myself a creative person. I'm an illustrator, graphic designer as my career vocation. When I first started sort of putting myself out there on the internet, at first it was Tumblr, and then eventually Instagram and other social media channels. That was my only ambition, was to be an illustrator and just draw stuff and talk about my feelings through illustration and putting more art into the world. And in recent years, as I've gotten more into video content creation, thanks to the algorithm and the TikTokification of our society, I've spent a lot more time putting myself on camera and just talking about feelings, and not necessarily talking about art and creativity and visual aesthetics and all of those types of things that have been so formative to myself and my identity as a creative person. So I suppose I'm just treating this video as a statement of intent. I don't want to be a negative, complaining, sad sack forever. Probably the reason I felt so compelled to make the video questioning whether or not I should argue with my family about religion is because I recognize that in myself. The need to be a contrarian and the need to criticize and downplay things. It's something that I find a lot of value and meaning in, but I also think that can't be the end all be all. Something that I think is very important for all of us is that we should do what we can to do no harm. If at all possible, it's important to be peaceful to one another, to be nonviolent, to do as little destruction to our world and our environment and our minds and our relationships as possible. And of course, I've been incredibly destructive to both myself and my own mind and other relationships in my life. And I'm trying to put a halt on all of the negativity that I've reaped and caused in this life. It can't end with doing no harm. I need to be a creative person who puts something out into the world. And it doesn't even need to be something moving or beautiful. Anyone who's familiar with my illustration style knows that my drawings are not exactly beautiful, but I think drawing and creativity and art for art's sake is important, and I think that's enough. So once again, statement of intention, I'm going to try to focus more on making good stuff and focus less on complaining about bad stuff. All right, thank you for listening, watching. Y'all are the best. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts about any of this. And hopefully I will shoot another video soon in another unique location. Farewell.